sleeping time is changed. So I have to adapt to it. So what I started doing was I would sleep long, go for long, not go for breakfast, rest myself good. And when I started picking up, I was able to reach back in some of the different days. I was ranking increase. I was ranking increase.
One hour. Imagine we are here to do anything to allow your consultant. There's nothing.
The players were breaking through the players again. And I went to George and I could beg to President Taylor promised me coming with 40 Natana Ban. Minister of Finance at the time, with 40 Natana Ban, General with the Minister of Youth Sports, and trying to bring money and playing to manage at all. It took a telephone call from Georgia to Sepp Blatter, President of FIFA, Julius. Immediately we get on $79,000 to cover our expenses. Immediately, Blatter said to Georgia, get somebody on the flight to Zurich. I flew from Bamako that night on Air France, Bamako, Paris, Zurich. When I got to the airport, there was an escort waiting for me, straight to FIFA headquarters. 175,000, 179, actually $109,000 was in the suitcase. Wow. And they escorted me back on the plane and I returned to Bamako. And the players got the money and they played it. Josh, we had the football in Nigeria.
And then they came with that we can check the different part and then the testing of our home. Our best and let me camp. So we went from they call me to me, if you will play, I know you are sure. But they let you because I mean I can go to
The first game in Sierra Leone, we deserve to win there in Sierra Leone. Today we are confident. We play with same system, probably same play, same tactic, defensive and offensive, against same opponent team, largely with a big score. And I am sure, if I repeat, if it was far in Sierra Leone, we win.
Fight it off. He make clarity. This time around, very clear, very clear. Cassell and have been restored to participate in the election. Any attempt by the association to deny people under their so-called interpreted check. Any president, any attempt to deny Cassell, there will be no election. There will be no election. We are not going to use a system anymore because the court has ruled for respect.
One hour. Imagine we are here to do anything to allow your consultant. There's nothing.
We must learn and
What a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Passion of Life and Freedom is on 9. It's good to be here this afternoon on the 20th day of the month of 2026. This is the Freedom Weekend Sports with me, Thomas Woodrow Roland, your usual presenter. It's every Saturday for me about what is happening in the sports. Coming up this afternoon, we look at two men across Liberia and the world. The FIFA World Cup in Mexico, Canada, and that of the United States of America. Liberia is absent from the FIFA World Cup, and this is happening. Many countries, 10 African countries are right there in the FIFA World Cup, representing the continent of Africa. The Liberia Amputee Football and Sports Association earlier during this week had elections, elected new call of officers to steady affairs of the Liberia Amputee Sports and Football Association. The Liberia Basketball Association men's under 18 and women's national team expected to be in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso next month for the FIBA Africa Zone 3 qualifiers. And the above 40s Liberian basketball team expected to be in Greece to participate in the FIBA Open competition. Former Liberian international footballer and football icon George Weah says referees should not be blamed. He wants people to be fair in their judgment towards central referees. You are speaking in the United States of America. This is the weekend sports this afternoon. We'll play host to Mr. Emmett Stitches in Glasgow. He will be our guest for the first time since the end of the Liberia Football Association elections on 15 May. Glasgow will be our guest. He served as campaign chairperson for disqualified candidate Mr. Casanto who himself did not participate in the election. He had to withdraw of late due to some other reasons. We thought to invite him 2 weeks ago. We invited him, but due to some tough schedules, he could not be here. But this afternoon, he will be our guest on a weekend. We'll talk about this break. He'll be back.
More than 1 hour, we are here waiting. We are here to tell the boys for elephant. We're someone to do anything to allow us in. We are frustrated. Elephant is nothing. They are zero. More than 1 hour.
A pleasant good afternoon and welcome back to the weekend post right here on Freedom 87.9. Like I told you, this afternoon our guest will be Mr. Emmett Stitches Glasgow. We stay anticipating his arrival. Earlier on this morning assures that he will be our guest this afternoon. But before we take our guest who is making his way, let's clear our decks with stories that make news during the course of this week. If you're just joining us, you are listening to Freedom 87.9, and this is the weekend sports with me, Thomas Kujo Rolak. Liberian football outcome and former FIFA World Player of the Year George Weah has won against attacks on central referees as he says some decisions in the ongoing 2026 World Cup continue to spark controversies. In a message marking the International Day of Counter Hate Speech on 18 June, former President George Weah said, everyone makes mistake. Here is the former Liberian leader and former striker of the national team of Liberia speaking.
People should be threatened when we play on the game. The game is an open game. And you know the important thing of the game. Everyone make mistakes. The player make mistake. The referee make mistake. And also we accept other people's mistake. We have to accept everybody mistakes. So we can't threaten the referee. Yeah, there are certain things he doesn't see. Even the linesman will not see that. But we need to understand that we are human. We make this mistake. how we can solve it is to be always composed and respectful. And but we can threaten a referee that kicked the watch a game. That's one of the saddest things I ever heard. The threatening referees, garages, and all that. It's not a good thing, because they are human too. So we need to protect the referees as we protect the players.
That's the voice of former Nigerian cracker and former president of the country, George. We are there speaking in the United States of America on the day marking the occasions of counter his speech on 18 June 2026. Another edition of the FIFA World Cup is ongoing, and this year, 2026, marks 24 years since any football national team, meaning the men's or the women from junior to senior national team of Liberia, ever qualified for any competition since 2002. Liberia last time to qualify for any competitions was back in 2002 with the famous George Weah 11 at the Malay Africa Cup of Nations. One man in government who believes that Liberia can still make a comeback is Augustine Gafma, Finance and Development Planning Minister. Speaking at the Sports Writers Association of Liberia's second award ceremony held in Painesville City last weekend, he called on Liberians to continue striving for the country's biggest and most played sports to reach its point where the country national team, the Lone Star, can be at the FIFA World Cup like other African nations. Gafon said, as Minister of Finance, it is his duty to work with all sector leaders to find resources to actualize Liberian sports ambition. He said there are many good things in the pipeline for the development of sports in Liberia. Here is the finance minister speaking at the Sports Writers Association ceremony.
Must continue to strive to make we must continue to strive to make sure our biggest sport, soccer, reaches a point where we can say we are the World Cup too. World Cup has started. Yes, it has started. I know that we can do it. We have to have a vision that people can go in video clubs and watch Liberia at the World Cup too. Let's work for it. It's not out of reach. As Minister of Finance, it's my duty to work with all the sector leaders to find resources to actualize our ambitions. We will do more. From where I sit and from what I see, many good things are in the pipeline. Many good things are in the pipeline. I don't want to steal her thunder, but we're working on something. Soon, and very soon, the announcement will be made. It's going to be good for the country. It's going to be good for the country. I, as Minister of Finance, working with my folks, will mobilize, working with Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we are mobilizing. But let me stop here on that one.
He's the Minister of Finance, Development Planning, Augustine Kafwande, announcing that there are many good things in the pipeline for sports in Liberia. And it is a wish to see the national team of Liberia played in the World Cup in some days to come. Like I said, many African nations are out there representing their respective people who support them, but Liberia is absent once again from the World Cup. Now, cross over to another development. Members of the Liberia Amputee Sports and Football Association have elected new leadership for the next 4 years. Those elected on Monday, June 15, 2026, were Jonathan Way, President, Kopo Bati, Vice President for Administration, Samuel T. Tengbe, Vice President for Operations, Benedict Colley, General Secretary, Emmanuel Brown, Assistant Secretary, Maurice Kokwe, Treasurer. Speaking at his inauguration ceremony, President Jonathan Way said his victory serves as delivering the association from the hands of the wicked. Furthermore, he vowed to return the Amputee Sports and Football Association to its members on his watch. Now listen to the president of the Liberia Amputee Sports and Football Association.
president is the delivery of the amputee. As a president is the delivery of the amputee from the hands of the wicked. Amputees will return back to amputees. There's no deed, there's no error will be made. And I promise that whatsoever belongs to any amputee, you should receive it. And we make sure the leadership, the female, that law will be passed into order and will empower them so that they can be part of us because of gender equality. Amputee, that we get ready to work for ourselves. That get ready to work for ourselves. Whatsoever belonging to any amputee will receive it, and I'm happy. Those who are aware with amputee, I do not have no matter against them. Even those who and myself went into the election, we are all amputee, we are disabled people. It can happen. I'm ready to work with Richard too, and now as I'm speaking to you. The leadership, I will talk and saying that there is government to help us because we are going to the World Cup. We do not even get a bus. We will not get cars for all the people going for practice. We will make sure to enforce it. We amputee must stay strong to forgive ourselves. That any money we get, they'll try to back out for ourselves. When government see us doing something for ourselves, government will come to our rescue. But
He's the president of the Liberia Amputee Sports and Football Association there, Jonathan Way. They're speaking during his induction ceremony on Monday of this week. Stay with the Amputee Sports Association. Also speaking at that event was Madam Marie Gabler, head of the female amputee sports in Liberia. She called on the newly elected president to ensure that female voices are heard and they are also part of decision making at the Liberia Amputee Sports Association.
And we heard you saying in your speech that we have inclusion. We pray that the female have a voice. We're pushing that the female, even though I'm the commission, but I'm saying my part, the female should have that voice. We need our seat in this identical office. Because we don't want to be out there, there's you have to go to the meeting, you have to go to the, and when we come, it can be our dream, die down bit by bit. So we are building to your office, Mr. President, that the female should have their position there, their seat should be there. Before you even amend your constitution, you should be appointed and be acting in that position till you can amend your constitution. We ask for that. And we want to say thank you to our ministers for honoring our hope, and thank you to the deaf, the para-Olympic, and every amputee that the which year, okay, and every amputee that in here, we say thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring us. May God bless each and everyone. We say thank you to the president.
She's the head of the Women Amputee Sports in Liberia, Madam Marie Gavlo. They're appealing to the newly elected leadership to consider the involvement of women into the amputee leadership for the betterment of this. To stay with that sports in Liberia, Samuel T. Tengwe. And as you may be aware, the National Amputee Men's Team of Liberia has for many years failed to win any major competition. Samuel T. Tengwe, former president of the association, who is now vice president for operations, said many of the current players did not play football when they were not disabled. And joining the team at the moment is now causing some difficulties. He said few of those who joined the team at the moment were involved into accident. Some feel that the sports gives money or offer opportunities for players to travel. He was speaking with the media during the course of this week, where he was revealing the reason why Liberia have been falling behind in terms of getting the needed results that they got when the sports just kick off across the world. He has been giving reason why the national team of Liberia has declined in performance across Africa. Here is the not Secretary General, but the Vice President for Operation, who was just president of the institution. He's currently the Vice President of Operation, Samuel Tembe.
Then we that started it came to this was really were paying attention to the game. We were not just looking at the what we can get. We were wanted to call the Liberian people attention to really say after the war that they came make us today we get railways to the citizen. But before then, we even used to stay on the street, calm and baba up because they feel that everyone is disabled keeper in the world that will make them today to be what they are today or how the country going and we shall go or not right. Not everybody take part in the work. They really were focusing to see how best we can do it. But after the team had left to travel somewhere, we that play the game we live there. We got to go back to go recruit. And some of the young players then at the end, some of them maybe they don't play the game. Especially the accident, motor accident, and other things. They find themselves into that condition. At the end, they hear they and play football, they play, they travel, they get this. So some of them coming without mindset at the end of the day. Oh, myself, let me go join the team. At the end, I will be want to travel. At the end, I will be this, I will get money. So really that mindset, the king way, they say that is still bringing the, how they call it, play on the mind. And secondly, we still working on that. And now at the end, like when it comes to the playing pitch, those things also have an impact to the player because when we play like they on the high ground, we go up there to play the game. We use it with the high ground when the ball bounce here, the way it roll on the high ground is quite different than when the ball bounce on the carpet. So all those things bring in late difficulty to the player that they finding it.
Samuel Tengbe is the vice president for operation of the Liberia Amputee Sports and Football Association, giving reason why the national team has declined in terms of performance across the continent of Africa. You may be aware that Liberia, for over 10 years now, have failed to win the AFCON. It has been a tough time for the Amputee national team of Liberia. They cross over to other sports. Basketball now, Liberia men's and women's under 18 basketball national team will from July 4 to 11 participate in the FIBA Africa Zone 3 qualifier in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Mr. Emmanuel Porto, Liberia Basketball Association 2026 lead board chairperson, made a disclosure to journalists over the weekend in Pinsville. Also, he said veterans or retired players of the sports, about 40 from Liberia, will participate in this year's FIBA Master Open, known as the FIBA Halos tournament in Greece from July 4 to 16. He said Liberia will be represented by the Kaba Old Timer basketball team. Here is James Emmanuel Porter making a disclosure to journalists.
And National Honor 18 male and female basketball association and National Honor 18 male and female basketball team. So I will also be competing in the Century FIBA qualifier in Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, from the 4th of July to the 11th of July. Wherein they were going to compete in one team will qualify to the final in Ivory Coast from the 3rd to the 16th of August of this year.
How does the support this like from national government?
So it's overwhelming. I can tell you for sure. We wrote to the minister of even sports, and the minister has considered that like the government of Liberia going to support the national team. Even of the FIBA Master 40 hitters, that comprises of the old timer that play basketball before over age 40. So the Gabon Old Timer Sports Association is representing Liberia in that tournament in Greece. And that tournament starts from the 4th to the 16th. And I happen to be part of the Qatar Old Timer. So I leave Liberia on the 15th of this month. I'm going to Abuja to get our visa so we can be going to Athens, Greece to participate in that tournament.
Is it the first time such tournament will be hosted?
No.
But Liberia participating.
But Liberia first time will be participating in the Qatar Old Timer Association wrote to the federation, and she was elected, and she wrote FIBA, and FIBA selected her, so she will be representing Liberia in that FIBA tournament.
What's one of the veterans expected to represent the country?
The likes of James Emmanuel Reporter, former national team player, former MP of Python, one of the best spring guys you can talk about in Liberia. You talk about Joseph Giddens, you talk about Jimmy Barroza, and the list goes on.
Should we expect Liberia to come with a trophy?
Oh, sure. I'm going, and I'm positive. I played in this country for 18 years. I'm one of the best players I played here before, so I can tell you for sure I'm going to represent my country with my sweat and my blood.
And let me take you back to the under 18 team preparing to go to Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. Well, the last time I traveled with the team to Africa, 4 of our players were caught for age cheating. When I say age cheating, they passed the age. What mechanism
have you guys put in place to avoid the reoccurrence of such?
Yeah, so this week we just got a communication from feedback, some three. So this week we should be expecting a doctor in from feedback out of this week or next week. And all of our players, Tete will be going through the MRI scan. So then the result will come up, then we'll know that if the age limit is higher, then we'll know from the result.
Do so those scan here or
sure. So Chimari has the MRI scan, so we'll go to Chimari to do all of our players.
I'm a bit concerned. The last time the kids were everyone that they complain about Padam, they complain about slingers, they complain about a lot of things. LBA, this is somebody will say it comes as a disgrace to the country, not just the LBA. Are you guys targeting all of those things?
No, sure. The budget that was sent to the Minister of Youth and Sports, her Anthony Cornell, a crowd, everything was put in it. Slingers, jersey, Padam, and she has assured us that the team will have the
on time. Will it come on time?
Yeah, sure, it will. It will. So this week we're hoping to get up the cash coming up.
He's James Emmanuel Porter, the chairperson of the Liberia Basketball Association 2026 League Board. There, he giving us full update about activities of the association. The men's under 18, under 17 team of Liberia expected to be in Burkina Faso, known as upper voter for the FIBA Zone 3 basketball qualifiers. There'll be a single champion that will represent Liberia in the official competition in La Côte d'Ivoire next door neighbor to us. He also revealed to us that for the first time, veteran basketballers 40 and above will be participating in the FIBA Master competition. It is meant for veteran players 40 above. That competition will take place in Greece. So Emmanuel Porter has told that Liberia will be fully represented there. Trying to see a big way to see if we can have our guests, trying to see if my guest is around. But there is an ongoing off-season tournament taking place at the Vocal Mission Fee. Often, that tournament takes place when the league season comes to an end in Liberia. It's known as the Zebulon tournament. It has served as inspiration for young footballers and Liberians who play in the diaspora who come for break. Liberian football fans gather at the Boca Mission Field in Duporo to watch their colleagues, watch their friends, watch Liberian footballers, those who play for the national team, those who are aspiring to play for the national team. Head of media is on the line, Lazari Wani. It's good to have you. Where are you exactly?
I will speak. I'm currently at the Global Mission Sport Beach here. We are about to kick off the first game. Okay. Good afternoon.
And give us a full rundown of the competition this year.
The tournament comprises of 16 clubs, 16 strong stars that participating at the time. The kickoff on the 12 on the 30th of June and we end July 26th. We have 4 zones. Each team will play 3 games. The two teams are free for the 7th qualify to the next stage. Then on the after we play the round of 8, we'll screen final.
Tell us exactly how I'm being told. It is alleged that it is 350 to register. How true is that news?
No, 300
USD. What the winner stands to benefit was 16 teams splashed in 300 USD. What would the winner take?
For now, we still understand the winner still paying 1,000 US.
Okay.
And the runner up will take half of the 1,000 US.
Okay. Do we have a tier place in the competition or work about something?
No.
This tournament has been for maybe the past 4 to 5 years. I think correct. We have now seen the 5th.
Yes.
Okay. And we have not seen the total involvement or the inclusions of women. The women can see like exhibition. We have not seen it running like how we see the men's competition running. Women are participating this year?
I could then you get me wrong because we have played 2 editions of the senior category. Last time so that's the decision. You also I to play for female call your first player or all the other female call withdraw their players because they said no one there for the and play to victory. Everyone is aware of the tournament. Okay. So they withdraw their players and their players can participate in the tournament before everything. So decision against the players. So So this year, why not improve Winnie, because we not get sufficient Winnie to participate before from last year, up the attitude from club here, for the players of this year.
Okay. In terms of, I think, Liverpool 300 splash out by each of the 16 clubs. I saw on the banner, I saw a lot of sponsors. Are those people paying cash or you guys just doing some advertisement out there?
Okay, so we met these sponsors, we met these people who agreed because our partner all we Labor for Exposure. You see Labor for Exposure and you see Unique Labiro, you see Plaza, you see Tata Springs. I want to be on the here,
Okay.
but then they will discuss them. What they are watching, we are honest with them and seeking more sponsorship.
Okay. Thank you very much, Lance.
So today, first picture of people Elite All-Star and Promotion All-Star was started at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Then about 4 All-Star was inspired the All-Star at 4 o'clock p.m. So I encourage him to make our way at the stream of our nation free and enjoy exciting football.
Is there any regulation in this competition? Like when I say regulation, for example,
The regulation should be an active player.
okay, just an active player.
Yes, active player.
Okay, thank you, Lance.
Because the league is almost of tournament to keep players informed before the league start.
Okay, so what happened if maybe a club from next door neighbor Sierra Leone decide to come for it's bad the land. What happened? Maybe a club from Sierra Leone decide to come to Liberia for pre-season while they're in Liberia and this tournament kick off and then they want to participate to keep their team active. Would they be allowed to participate? Lars, are you getting me? Lars? Okay. Well, Lars, I think this is the weekend post right here on Freedom. The time is 29 minutes up to 2 o'clock. Look over the break. My guest should be here. He should be here by now. Let me go over the break to be back. Let me go over the break to be back to ensure that my guest is around this break.
The final grant, you have to put it in the social consulting for them. People eating your drinks too. At time on the internet, you see that the fact that you can when they play. So you have to eating your drinks too. You will behave yourself. Anything will make it similar to your company, you will be out. And as a necessary, that will happen today. You see, in discipline, and when you carry on. Nobody saw the game. No one saw the game. But we're not supposed to go there because God Almighty will serve us. You're tired of all the people in the company, buying car, buying your food, all kinds of things. I will never forget you. What now, Joe? I told them, well, you play cards. So I think put it in the social consulting for them. People eating your drinks too. At time on the internet, you see that the fact that you can when they play. So you have to eating your drinks too. You will behave yourself. Anything will make it similar to your company, you will be out. And as a necessary, that will happen today. You see, in discipline, and when you carry on. Nobody saw the game. No one saw the game. But we're not supposed to go there because God Almighty will serve us. You're tired of all the people in the community, buying car, buying your food, all kinds of things. I will never forget you. What now, Joe? I told them, well, you play cards. So I think put it in the social consulting for them. People eating your drinks too. At time on the internet, you see that the fact that you can when they play. So you have to eating your drinks too. You will behave yourself. Anything will make it similar to your company, you will be out. And as a necessary, that will happen today. You see, in discipline, and when you carry on. Nobody saw the game. No one saw the game. But we're not supposed to go there because God Almighty will serve us. You're tired of all the people in the community, buying car, buying your food, all kinds of things. Now, in discipline, like he was not sold. But why? Who is that? Indiscipline. Indiscipline starts in a child. When we try to instill discipline in the team, where Oliver McCall, Prince D, when we on the track, up to 3 o'clock in the morning, people were falling. You put it on the field, and then they came when they say, "No, come." That we that child was in the form of play. Remember, the people 5, and God was testing our being. I was home. Our best, I let them come. Jerry, when come up, he call me party, call me, told me, Jerry, he give me a play, and know you are straight we went to Basari, the 110. On that day now, it's the
Peace be the Arches Jericho Dangbede explaining the all of the day Liberia versus Ghana game. One live, this thing, this news has been around for a very long period of time from the time I was a kid. Oh, somebody saw the game. Somebody did this one. Somebody wanted for former President Charles Taylor to go to the World Cup in South Korea and Japan because they're never going to qualify. Since I'm going to be late on the team. That's what I see. So this news has been around, and even up to now, I don't know why people still believe in this myth. Even up to now, if you go to the Atai Center, you want to hear some football discussion. People bring up some of these things. I don't know for what reason, but it is right. It is like Jericho said, some of the reason why they didn't qualify because well they were complacent. And there has been in another person who spoke with me, former national team goalkeeper Louis Credon said it. Louis said they were complacent. They thought that the national team was already right there in a World Cup finals. They thought that Liberia were already in the South Korea and Japan. So they blew the opportunity out, and then today, but look, the what Scruton said, every other thing they did then is affecting football today. Their failure to go to the World Cup in Japan and South Korea is affecting the growth and development of football today. Yes, I listen to your attentively. It's my good friend. You can call me, we can talk, we can chat. I listen to it, and I decided to buy into it. Yes, yes. Because he said, Thomas, if we're going to go to to the World Cup at that time, we're going to open doors for too many footballers in Liberia. We're going to open doors for too many scouts to become in the Liberia. You know why it takes to go to the World Cup when you appear at the World Cup? When you appear at the World Cup, you're selling the image. It meaning that you are taking the image of your country of football outside to the outside world. At the World Cup, and the AFCON, like when George they were playing, Diba they were playing at the AFCON, they always see international scouts, see big coaches watching the AFCON, the entire world attention is to the AFCON these days. It never used to be like that. Not too many people used to get interest into the AFCON. Not too many people. The Europeans saw the AFCON like not a very serious competition. You have to now some of them you still feel like the former Liverpool player, a legend of Liverpool, Jimmy Carragher, or was saying that the AFCON is not that big. So those days, the AFCON, but the World Cup, every eyes used to be at the World Cup. When you go to the World Cup, you used to be setting the image of a country and creating opportunities for more investors, foreigners to come. I mean, football scout, I mean, for more football scouts to come to your country and see if they can get a few hand of players to join the team. Today, we are still anticipating the Baba, I guess. It's like he won't come again. Another disappointment. We'll address that. Today, the Liberia Kickball Federation, the Liberia Kickball Federation announced today to be their elective Congress Day in Buchanan, Grandmaster County. A Liberian sports journalist, a Liberian journalist, Emmanuel Woody, should be in Buchanan. I'm trying to make effort to see if I can speak with Emmanuel Woody to give us update about the Liberia Kickball Federation election. If the election is over, I'm told President Emmanuel Surprise-Way was running on the polls. You know, I have few concerns that I will speak to. And let me see if I can get Emmanuel Woody on the line. Then I will speak to few concerns affecting sports in Liberia. Some of the reason why we are not making progress. Some of the reason why our sports in this country are not making progress at all. I'm trying to see if I can get Emmanuel Woody on the line. I'm making frantic effort. Okay, let me speak. I think I should be having surprise number in my phone. I think I should be having Emmanuel surprise right here with me. What is it? Keyboard. Okay, I'm making effort to see if I can pick up my next surprise. Surprise, not picking up. But just before I address that issue, surprise, not picking up. Liberia should be going to the United States of America for the July 26th event. The head of the media department here at the Liberia Football Association is Mr. Anthony Kukui. I'm trying to see if I can pick up Mr. Kukui on the line to run us through, to give us more update. I saw the deputy minister was supposed, the G and the Kwame. I saw photos of him in the United States. It's difficult to get Andy at about this time. It's early morning in the US. Difficult to get here at about this time. I want to speak with the head of media at the Liberia Football Association, Mr. Anthony. Anthony is not picking up. So before I go to this kickball and the other issues I want to talk about, let me tell you what took place over the weekend. Over the weekend, I was at the the SKD practice pitch in the city of Kingsfield. It was so pathetic, very unfortunate. Uh, to even discuss it, it looks so funny. Yeah. So over the weekend, let me read it. Over the weekend, I was fortunate to have gone at the SKD practice pitch to watch lower league games involving Monrovia Queens and that of Just FC. Just FC is owned by the liquor department head of the LFA, Mr. Benedict Garcia. That's what I'm being told. He's the owner of that club. So a few of the players, fans, and stakeholders of the lower league met me a couple of days ago, Liberia versus Sierra Leone, at the SKD. And the approached said, Thomas, we are getting less media coverage. A lot of things happening in our league. We are struggling. We are struggling. Nobody coming there to take our pictures. Nobody coming there to live our stories. Nobody coming there to tell the untold stories that are happening at the lower league. Too many things happening. We are suffering. Be it good or bad, we're suffering, Thomas. We need the media attention. And I was like, but you don't blame our media colleagues, many of them, for not going to cover the lower league because the timing of their schedule is pulled. Your game will be scheduled for 10 or 9 in the morning. Most of us on Saturday will have to do show. And moreover, you do not have a specific time like your game will play on Thursday or Friday. And you play as early as 10, 11, 12. At times, at such time, many of us can still be at work or we can be busy. So to catch up your game time, it can be bad off. So I will make it my duty to go and watch few of the games. So Friday, it's gone Friday. Friday before last, I mean, it was the Sports Writers Association Award ceremony. Let me say congratulations to all of the winners. Michael Solomon, he won as Journalist of the Year. Peter Bishop won Emerging Sports Journalist. Joseph Vincent won as Spring Media Journalist of the Year. Congratulations to the two of them. So I've gone at the game on Saturday, 12. I arrived some minutes to 12 to get kickoff time by 12 for the game between Monrovia Queens and Just FC. The game kickoff few minutes into the game. The condition of the pitch, it is the sun is blazing hot. The rock, the rubber. We get the I don't know 6 class rubber we get here at the SKD's practice pitch. The tough 6 class, 6 class. When it is raining, it then soak the walking road. When the sun shining, they heat like you in oven. So I was there, but first thing when I enter, I decided to check for the medics because the sun was blazing hot. The medics, I decided to check for ambulance. I decided to check for maybe an emergency vehicle when there is no ambulance. We've been complaining about the lack of ambulance in the league, lack of ambulance in the league. We know what happened, what led to the death of Amara Kamara from Blackman Warriors. Peace be to your arches. May his soul rest in peace. We pray that he be in at the right side of God to go to heaven. So normally when I go to watch game, I'd like to check for the medical aspect and show the player's safety. So I've gone. I didn't see ambulance. I saw the medics. Yes, they have water. I won't lie. I saw the medics. They had their water bags in the stretcher with them. Again, kickoff. Two players went easily down to the ground. One of the two players, Grace Yinka, went down two times. But the second time, she was unconscious. The medics went there. They used water bag on her, tried to stabilize her for close to 5 minutes. She was stabilized, taken off the pitch. She saw me and she started to smile. Because you are one of those that reach out to me to say, you don't cover our league. What happened? You don't cover our league. You're in general. So play continue. First half ended goalless. They went to the break. After their return from the recess period, one of the players' name I have forgotten, an attacker of the club, Just FC. I was on the phone with another person. She went down at the middle of the park. Well, I don't know if she collided with somebody or somebody hit her or some stuff, but she went down the middle of the park, at the middle of the pitch. Let me say to you. So after the phone call, I decided to check. 15 minutes plus, the medics were trying to bring her back. She was not shaking at the middle of the pitch. I was like, she shouldn't die. 15 minutes. The medics tried to bring her to life. They fought on her. So as a journalist, I decided to have evidence with me, what to report. That do video and a few pictures. They took us out of the pitch. The normal thing the medics will do, to hold your toes. I know who told them nothing, or maybe it is a traditional thing somebody told somebody before that when somebody faint or somebody go off, they not to themselves, you hold the tools, you hold the nails, or you start to punch them some kind of way for them to come out to life. All of those methods were applied. So she started jacking like they say she coming to die. The player, no ambulance, no emergency vehicle. They just using water bag on her. I'm surprised. I'm standing right there. I'm surprised. Having video and pictures in my phone. I'm surprised. And we're asking, are we saying the player to be taken to the hospital? All of us setting the medics recommended that they place the player on a motorbike and take the player to hospital. LFA league in, you take player to hospital on motorbike. LFA league in, when they put the player on motorbike, they rush the player to hospital. So while they calling for the back, somebody went outside to look for back. The medics had to bring the player outside at the front of the gate to put the player on the back. So when they are coming, I stopped the picture. I stopped the video. I was concerned. I was in peril now. With everybody on the field for this player to come to life. For this player to be safe, to be sound, to be healthy. So they rushed the player outside of the fence. Luckily, a guy was there with a blue jeep under the car or the hookah. But I'm told he's the head of the sub association in Ventura County. If the car is for him or not, I do not know. He was in the car. Luckily, they decided to put the player in the car. So he decided to help, as a matter of fact, because they wanted to put the player on back. But when he saw the condition of the player, he decided to help to put the player in the car and rush the player to ELV hospital. Because that was where they recommended that the player should be taken quickly or to be taken quickly. So I decided to do pictures of the car. Oh yeah, I decided to do a picture of the car. I was taking the player to ELW hospital. A fellow who served as the Secretary General of the Montserrat County Sports Association. He works for Black Male Warrior. Mr. George Eder is hosted at the SKD's party stage and giving instruction. As soon as he saw me, oh no, as soon as he saw me, he told the people to stop me. Pedro should not be taking nothing. He came from hostel running, gave instruction to the guys to seize my phone, open the phone, everything on the phone. So I like, But what is happening? The guy, what baffled me is the guy knows me very well. He knows me well. I think that baffles me. So the guys in the number around 5 to 6, they came, they called me, they made them throw my bed apart. John on me, start hitting me. They took my phone. On the order of George, George is right there. On the order of George, took my phone and walked in front of me. And George said, nothing will come from order. He works for the FA. Why the reason you do not want me to take pictures of the vehicle? The only point was it would serve as, or it would send a bad message about the FA that something serious happening at the SKD's practice page, LFA League. No medics, no emergency vehicle. They rush the player to the hospital. He doesn't want, or he not wanted that news to go in the public with evidence. Oh, he want me to say, well, I shouldn't have evidence. Oh, nothing will come from Allah. They seized the phone. They took the phone with them. As I speak to you, on that day, that incident happened around 1 o'clock because second half kickoff around a few minutes after 1. So they seized my phone. Oh, they started to instruct me. They seized that phone from 1 up to 5:30. I couldn't get access to my phone. The guys were saying I should go to the LFA for my phone. As a matter of fact, I'm taking my phone to the LFA. I should give reason why I was taking pictures and video. Oh, you take my phone to the LFA. They say, "Well, take your phone to the LFA. You will go and explain to the LFA. You have no right. Why are you a journalist? You know me. I don't just walk at Kami. I come my LFA tag. As a matter of fact, LFA give a tag. You don't just go to LFA league. You can even be strong. Remember, you not get a tag. LFA will see you not enter the security. Now, why did they ask or they apply? We apply and we approve by the media department and the media head of the executive committee at the LFA approve. Making noise from one point to another, I decided to. My first stop was the leadership of the Sports Writers Association. I called the president. I used another person's phone. While we're making a noise, a colleague of mine, named Jerome, he came. He works for the PA system at the SKD's practice page. He came. I tried to explain the story, what happened to him, and how I was attacked my back or two apart. The guy then hit me in my face and on my chest, and I was feeling pain. So I decided to use his phone. I told him, I said, use your phone. Call the president of the Sports Writers Association, Mr. Vama Kamara. So they call Vama. I talked to Vama. I explained to Vama. I said, Vama, what happened? Vama said, okay, you carry the phone to the people. Let me talk to them. He said, they can't listen to Vama. They can't listen to anybody from the Sports Writers Association. Are there waiting? Few hours later, it's getting late. The third division playoff game for the men started getting late. So I decided to invite the vice president of the Sports Writers Association, who served as my supervisor for Liberian investigator, Edwin Bodolo. I called Dolo, explained the situation to Dolo. Dolo gave the phone. Dolo said, give the phone to one of them. Dolo told them, don't you know it is the right of the journalist there to have evidence with him because when you leave and say, that's why he have what evidence lying, he said, we don't get the phone. Milton Yoko is the sub association chairperson for Muslim. They call Yoko. The instruction, according to them from Yoko, was they should stay around me. I open the phone, they delete everything on the phone, go to recently deleted. They get, you know, who that using our phone, when you delete, they get something called recently deleted, you go there again. If you don't want to be in the phone at all, you delete it again. So they said, I should open the phone, they will do double delete. So they double deleted the pictures, the video. As a matter of fact, they were accusing me, they say, I took naked picture, they said they get plasma on, I mean, they get plasma on. I took a picture, I said a lie. When they opened the phone, they didn't see it. They didn't see none of those things they were accusing me of. So they when they deleted the video, they deleted all the pictures. Double. Then they said I should do a written communication, a commitment. I should write a commitment to them and to the LFA, to the Muslim Association, that I will not tell anybody about what happened on the field. Oh no, I should not tell anybody about what happened on the field. I should not post about it. I should not inform a journalist. I said, no, I can't do that. First of all, I'm not deleting anything on the phone. Yo, get my phone. I will invite the police. I'm not deleting anything on the phone. And I will not write a commitment letter because I was not in the wrong and I'm not wrong. So they get a phone to the head of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Security. He had the phone. He said, you're going home. When we talk, so many came and they say, you're open the phone. I put the phone to open it. They deleted it. They say, I should do a communication. I can't do the communication. While talking, say, you're letting go. I left. I'm waiting for the sports. I informed the sports association. Oh, yeah. I informed the Reporters Association of Liberia about the situation. Yes, the LFA is aware. So these are some of the things we go through. People will think that we hate the LFA. No, sometimes the president of the LFA can be aware about some of the Nicodemus thing the guys can be doing with the league activities. The president sitting in office trying to ensure that we have the football at the middle of the pitch to play so we can get better football in this country. But some of the workers around here, LFA election feeding a long time, they still get that election feeding on top of their heads. So when they see somebody, or because some of them they want you to only write press thinking things when you go, when the LFA donate to football, they want you to run with that story. But when the national team fails to win game, or when the national team failing, coaches are not performing, players invited are not performing, things are not happening. So illegal transaction going on. When you report about it, then they see you as the bad person. But they want you to report two football donated to one television team in Grenji there. No, no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. That's why they say press freedom allow us to move freely. One thing I will always subscribe to is truth telling. There's a journalism is about truth telling. When the elephant does the right thing, I'll report it. When the wrong thing happens, I'll report it. I will not allow myself to be subjected to pressures coming from some folks that feel that, oh, we should only pray sink. No. So how do you think we'll make football better when we only pray singing? Sometimes our leaders too should understand that when people just around you pray singing around you, there's something wrong. Because when you're the leader, when you wrong, when you do something not, or you're doing something not going the right way, people should be there to stand up to you and say to you that, hey, Mr. President, you wrong. Mr. President, when you doing it wrong, EC member, what you're doing it wrong. But I was doing it for the good of that league. Sometimes the president can be aware. Maybe the president, even because at some point in time, after we raised some issues with the LFA, at some point in time, the LFA decided to bring ambulance and emergency vehicle between the course of the 2025-2026 league season. Maybe that contract didn't extend to the lower league, or maybe the contract extended to the lower league, and the ambulance service provider failed to carry ambulance to the lower league. So that situation happened. What a bad thing if I will post such a news to say there was no ambulance. So from there, it can inform the president and the EC. Oh, we got a lower league there. Oh, the girls playing there. Have some 12, 10 o'clock, 11, 1. They're still going to be blessing hard. Those girls need ambulance. They need emergency vehicle to take them to hospital when something happens. Last time, one player got damaged. They had to put a player on motorbike and rush the player to hospital. Oh, you think that thing should be happening? Player broke his spinal cord at the D12 fee in Newtown. No ambulance, no emergency vehicle to rush that player to hospital. That situation thing West. They had to. Why do I carry the player outside of the country? The player die in that situation. Oh, you think when we go to report, we're reporting to favor you, we are reporting for the public to be aware, good or bad. As you see it in journalism, we report to inform the people. We have 2 minutes to go. Call us on 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. This is the weekend post. I wanted to talk about the leadership of the Liberia Keeper Federation. Let me just zero down on it. Then we'll go no need to take calls, but a call can I'll take it. Let me just zero down on it. We'll talk about change. Some stakeholders are the reason why sports die in the country. Government will put all the resources, government will put all the money, but will not develop sports because the stakeholders themselves are wicked to themselves. They are bad. We'll be having federation upon federation, we'll be going to election, where ballet. But I see stakeholder there, they will come behind us and tell us, oh, the president failed, the president not doing one, they got to keep on going, still football going. But y'all go to election, there'll be nobody to stay as men or woman to challenge the incumbent to say, I'll contest against you. All of them will see a web ballot. Football people cry right here. Football people cry. They cry right here. Oh, Mustafa not doing that one. 8 years, Mustafa failed football. Oh, Mustafa not doing that one. Mustafa gonna be removed. They had a single candidate to challenge Mustafa. They denied that candidate. They were having nobody. They had no other alternative. They had no other alternative to put somebody against Mustafa, to tell Mustafa that indeed there are men involved in the football who spending their money, who want to see football and transform. They gave Mustafa web ballet, no challengers. But that stakeholder then will be crying around here. Mustafa did one. Mustafa. So none of the stakeholders, none of you were qualified to contest with the exception of Mr. Kuo that you're all putting. Keyboard people are every time I talk to them, they complain, they cry. Oh, keyboard not improving. See what we're playing. When I get our own playing page, money can come, we can sign deal, and we can see where the money can go. They can allege to you that you might not surprise we're eating the money. But when they say time for election, you all pack one side and support that same incumbent president. They will not put challenger against him. When he or she wins the election, few months later, then I see stakeholder come out to the press and start crying to us. That, oh, the president win the federation in every way. The president win the federation in every way. You're getting the first 4 years. You're getting the second 4 year. The third 4 year, you don't put nobody against him to challenge him. You're getting web ballot. Free ride. It's happening. Basketball will do the same thing. There are stakeholders in basketball who are crying. Some of them cry, they can talk to us, they cry. Election will come. Nobody will stand against Abraham Samuka. They will make all the noise in the corner on the kids. But time for election, for the somebody to stand up against the incumbent, even if they don't win, for the challenging and tell him, we are into, the art or the present of challenging the president in election is to tell the president, you're doing something wrong, you must correct it, or else we'll remove you. That's what you're challenging the president for. Why you get the president wear ballot every time? That make you do anything feel like because he feel he get control over the stakeholders. That how the president can determine who become EC member. LFA election can happen, keyboard is happening, basketball is happening, chess is happening. Because all of you can stay away from contesting against the president, so the president get the absolute power to determine who become the EC member. They can bring anybody. Somebody with no football knowledge, for example, that football, somebody not get any football knowledge, but because the president get the absolute power, people are afraid to stand up against the president can hand P who might be EC member. They will send lists overnight or in the dark. They send lists to people. Keyboard, they sing. Football, they sing. Basketball, they sing. Chess, they sing. Tennis, they sing. But you say government are supporting the little resources the government give you can mismanage it. You can mismanage it. Or those in power can mismanage it. Or time for election, you can still serve those people. When the election finish, just start to cry. Let's go home. I'm leaving you. See you. Bye-bye.
Pray. In your room, pray. Now you go to church. It's going all the time. All kind of there really pray people in there. Pray. All of pray. Many usually are trying people to pray go. And you guys will take me to go take a team to work out.